Hello YouTube and welcome to the next Techsloth video with a brand new Apple iPhone 8. This time we are going to do the setup. We put our Nano SIM card into the device, we do the setup process, then we take a quick look around on the new display with True Tone feature this time, the fingerprint scanner, then we check out the camera, the new functions 4K 60 frames and slow motion in 240 frames, and of course wireless charging, one thing I'm really looking forward. And of course we will find out how much free storage do we got on the 64 GB version. So first of all, take the SIM card tray tool and locate the hole on the right side of the device. Push in and pull the tray out. Take your Nano SIM card and place it chip down on the tray with the corner in the upper right corner. Push it back into the iPhone and then push the on-off button, which is located above the SIM card slot. Push it, still push it, keep pushing it until you see the Apple logo. And one interesting fact on the black iPhones with a black front, you see a black background and a white Apple logo. And on the white front iPhones, it's reversed. So step number one, choose your language. I now choose English. And then I select my country. This is Germany at the moment. So then you have to wait a couple of seconds. This takes always a little bit. Then there's a new quick start feature, which comes with iOS 11, where you can do the setup faster if you got an iPhone or iPad nearby, which is running iOS 11. So you can just transfer all the settings. I'm recording this video with an iPhone 7 Plus and the iPhone 8 Plus is not yet set up. So we will do this in the next video where I can show you this one. But on this setup, we do it just the normal, the old-fashioned way. We hit setup manually. Then I can connect the iPhone 8 with my Wi-Fi, or I can just use the mobile connection. But I choose my Wi-Fi and enter my Wi-Fi password. Then I can set up TouchID, so the fingerprint scanner. I want to do this. I hit continue. You don't have to use it, but you can. Then you place your finger on the home button and you don't push, you just place it there. You can push, but you need to. Then you get this information, move your finger. And then you get the information, adjust your grip. You're just now in the second half, you're moving your finger around. And don't forget your sides and press even your fingertip against the home button so that you can get a full scan of your thumb or any other part of your body that you are scanning. Then you have to create a passcode, another thing, or a secondary way to unlock the device in case your finger is hurt, it's wet, the fingerprint scanner is damaged or anything like that. If you hit options, you can choose also alphanumeric code, custom numeric code, or only a 4-digit code, which I will now use. 1, 2, 3, 4. Use it anyway. Of course, it's not safe. I get this warning and I still use it. It's so easy. No one is guessing it. Then finally, there comes the point where I can do now restore on this iPhone a backup from an iPad or another iPhone from the cloud, from Apple servers, from iTunes, from my local Mac or PC, set it up as a new device or even transfer some data from an Android device. I will now restore it from an iCloud backup. And I can already tell you how much free storage you got if you set up as a new device, but I will show you this later. So first of all, you connect to your iCloud. And if you have set up two-factor authentication, you get a push notification on another Apple device. If you use an iPhone, an iPad, or even a Mac, you get a 6-digit code on one of those devices, which you have to enter on your new iPhone 8. In the next step, I have to agree to the terms and condition, and yes, you have to. Otherwise, you can't use the you can't use the iPhone at all. I don't know why Apple is doing it as at the end. They should have done this at the beginning, but still, we have to agree to the terms and conditions, which no one ever reads. In the next step, I can choose one of my backups from an iPhone or even from an iPad. Just select it. Then I'm asked if I want to use location services, and I say yes, because I want to use Find My iPhone, and even more importantly, I want to use the maps, even if it's Apple Maps or Google Maps. I want to be able to navigate around with this device. Next question, do you want to send Apple Analytics or do you want to send anonymous analytics to Apple? Everybody can decide, yes, I want to or not. Then I can test out the True Tone display, which brings the main purpose or the only purpose of the True Tone feature is that red, for example, or every other color looks under each or every single lighting condition exactly the same. That red is always red by sunrise, over the day, by sunset, even with warm light, with cold light. So the ambient sensor always tries to figure out how are the lighting conditions around the iPhone, and the True Tone feature will then work it around that every color looks exactly the same no matter where and how you are using this device. You can't activate or deactivate it here. It stays activated. You can't see you only can try it out and see the difference. This is more warmer, this is more colder at the moment. If you want to deactivate it, what I'm going to do is hit over to display or settings, display and brightness, and there you can deactivate it. I will show you this later. Now it's restoring from the iCloud. This will take a couple of minutes. If this is not working, don't freak out. Just go the steps back until you can again log into your Apple iCloud ID and then select again the same backup you have done and then just let it do it again. Sometimes Apple or iPhones or the Apple server are having a little hiccup. Don't be scared, this will work definitely. Sometimes you just have to try it out a second time or even a third time, but this is going to work. So, and after 50 minutes and a couple of reboots, the iPhone 8 is nearly done. It's still installing the apps from the other iPhone. So it's downloading all the apps and then it's installing them, and this will take a couple of hours maybe, or no, normally half an hour, maybe 1 hour. At the moment, I assume a lot of people are restoring the iTunes backups on the new iCloud backups on the new Apple devices. So first impression, display, home screen looks okay. Looks even nicely. Let's turn up the brightness to full and see. Whoa, this is nice. And one thing I'm pretty sure we know yet, True Tone is activated. So let's see how to deactivate it. Head over to settings, then go to display and brightness, and there you can deactivate True Tone. So much better for my experience. A lot of graphic people are really counting on True Tone and are thinking it's great. Oh, and one thing about iOS 11, the automatic brightness setting is not anymore under display and brightness. I don't know why, but has moved to under general, accessibility, and then displays, things, accommodations, exactly there. And there's the point, auto brightness. There you can activate and deactivate the things. Another thing that you can reduce there is reduce motion, that you don't get those whoosh animations anymore. Let's check out the iPhone storage. I'm now recovering my backup or restoring my backup. So now our 11 gigabytes of 64 gigabytes are used. If you're using the iPhone out of the box, all the Apple apps will be installed, also the big ones like GarageBand, like iMovie, and the Apple Office apps. If you're going to delete them, around 5.6 gigabytes of your 64 gigabytes are used. So you get nearly somewhere between, let's say, 58 gigabytes on the 64 gigabytes version you can still use. And this is a fantastic number, in my opinion. So let's see, we got the brightness, we got the colors, we got the viewing angle. The display really looks nice. Next step, let's check out the fingerprint scanner, how fast it is. Ooh, this was nice. Okay, just push the home button and works. Works. Just push it and let's see. Yo, this is something, you got your iPhone laying somewhere or in your trousers, you're pulling it out, and the moment you're looking at it, the device will be unlocked. This is something I'm really not certain if the iPhone 10 with the Face ID will be faster or better working in real life conditions than the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus. So next step, I showed you, okay, we got all the normal apps. This is how to restore it. We got the screen. Let's check out the cameras. But first we have to head over to the settings. Oh, one really interesting point. You got the settings and then scroll down until you find the point TouchID. Now you unlock it with the passcode you gave it and then add another fingerprint because you only got one thumb, for example, saved. Now do the one of the other hand again. So now we got two. This is way more comfortable. Then we check out, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. There's the point camera. There you're gonna go next. There you can record video in 4K 30 frames. Now you're thinking, where is the 60 frames option? Yeah, normally you got this point format. This is new. There you can switch between the codec H.264, this is the old one, and H.265, this is the newer one. So most compatible is H.264 because everything is using it. Even YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, every site, every program can handle 264. 265 is way too new. A lot of online platforms can't handle those videos. Even your Mac or iMovie or Final Cut still can't handle it. Until next week, on the 25th, there will be the macOS High Sierra update. Then those machines can also handle 265. Until then, you got this problem here. But let me show you one thing. Most compatible on the size of the video. There you can see it. 350 megabytes, 4K videos, 30 frames. 350, keep this in mind. Now you get to formats, you need to choose high efficiency. And now look at the size. It's now 170 megabytes for 4K 30 frames. And another thing, now you can activate the 4K 60 frames version for videos. And another thing, record slow motion can now on the iPhone 8 turned up to 240 frames. And now let's start it. Let's start the camera and let's take some pictures. First the pictures. Everything on auto settings. Notice that these live pictures are activated here so that you are going to record a small clip before you take the shot, even with sound. If you don't want to take live pictures, just deactivate it. And then let's take one picture, second picture, third picture. This works nice. Okay. Let's look at those pictures. Okay. Okay, nice first quality impression here. Okay, yeah, okay. And don't judge it because of the performance. Keep in mind that this device is still downloading and installing all those apps in the background. And you still, I got, for my opinion, a nice picture taking feeling. Now let's take the 4K video, 4K 60 frames. Now let's see how smooth this will look like. I'm not sure if I can show you this, but another thing I can show you. First off, how it will look on the screen. Video, 4K 60 frames. Now let's see how smooth this will look like. This looks really smooth. I'm not sure if I can show you this, but another thing I can. This is, now listen to the sound. Video, 4K 60 frames. Now let's see how smooth this will look like. I'm not sure if I can show you this, but another thing I can. So the iPhone 8 got stereo speaker sound. The normal or normal telephone speaker is working together with a normal iPhone speaker to give the stereo sound, and this sounds just nice. Two speakers always sound better than just one. We are not on the level of HTC Boom Sound, for example, but on a good way here. Now let's try slow motion. Don't get the flickering because of the lights. Now with 240 frames you can see the lights. And now let's drop it like it's a bottle. 3, 2, 1. Okay, this didn't look like much, but now let's edit the clip and start with slow motion at the beginning. Done. And let's have a look. And this just looks awesome. Full HD with 230 frames. Nice. So, first impression of this device, really nice. Nice performance, nice build quality. It's easy to set up. Okay, if you're in the Apple cosmos, you know it just works. But also, fingerprint scanner and the new camera functions just look great. And one last thing. Let's try it out. Wireless charging with the Qi standard pad. We just place the iPhone on top. We heard blinking. The beep comes from the charging pad and the iPhone is charging. Let's turn off the display and see it again. And it's charging. This is really nice. You see this little energy symbol on top here. So, and if you're turning the device to mute, only the pad will, I guess, beep, but not the iPhone. Yes, and charging just works. So this is it. This is the setup of the new Apple iPhone 8 first impression video and some little tricks, little to around. And I say it again, first impression of the new Apple iPhone is just great. This is it, guys. Thank you for watching and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.